Hey, I'm Vic's dad.
I'm Tiki.
Welcome back to Let's Drink. Today, we are drinking a Scotch punch.
Yes, indeed.
Found this recipe on Glenlivet's website because we tried the Scotch the other day, tried it neat. Turns out I still don't really like whiskey on its own. So, they have a plethora of recipes on their website, and we're going to try this one because it seemed like something I'd actually enjoy. So let's get right into it. Firstly, this is a punch. And as per usual, punches are served in a punch bowl. You don't shake them, you don't really, you stir them a little bit. So we're just gonna go ahead and use this little cocktail glass here, and let's just go ahead and get started. Going off my memory here, so this will be fun. But it is a pretty simple recipe. So, in your vessel of choice here, we're going to have a basically 3-to-1 ratio of 3 ounces of the Scotch, 1 ounce of everything else. So we're doing 6 parts Scotch.
And then 2 parts of everything else.
Yeah. So this will take a hot second to pour. Boy, it sure smells like Scotch. 6. 2.
That's 2.
And that should be that.
Yep.
So that's 2 ounces of orange juice in here. Did you punch a hole in this?
I did not punch a hole in
I
that.
also did not punch a hole in this.
We need to punch a hole in the lemon juice.
They really should come with a tool to do that.
I know.
Do we have anything sharp? This is a bamboo skewer. This is not.
That is not
strong
gonna
enough.
work.
So the thing is, you can probably get better results by actually using fresh squeezed lemon juice. But I figure if you're making punch for a party, you don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I just bought this pre-made lemon juice, made from concentrate, probably.
Yeah, most likely.
Good. And they say it right on the front.
Everybody says it's real lemon juice, but most of the time it's, I don't know. It might be real.
The ingredients are lemon juice from concentrate, sodium bisulfite, and sodium benzoate, natural lemon oil.
So it's straight lemon juice.
Yeah, and the lemon juice comes from USA, Argentina, South Africa, and Mexico.
Wow.
So this is some multicultural juice.
Yeah.
So we're going to put 2 ounces of this juice in here. One.
Duh.
It's very foamy when you squeeze it out with that much vigor. Then we have 2 ounces for this ratio of maple syrup. This is 100% pure maple syrup.
Wow. Fancy.
So fancy. I'm concerned about how well it's going to mix because typically maple syrup doesn't really mix well in drinks, from what I've read. You're supposed to make a maple syrup. And then lastly, those 2 ounces of ginger ale, because we got to calm it down a little bit with some bubbly.
Always got to have a little bit of Michael.
His spirit is with us forever. He's not dead.
Yeah. He's not dead.
Clarity's sake. And then, so the recipe that I found calls for 48 dashes of Angostura bitters because it serves 6 to 10 people. So
Although
I'm just going to do
orange bitters.
about,
48.
I'm going to do 5 because that seems like a reasonable amount. And then you want to make sure you have ice in there. I'm just going to put all this ice in here.
Oh.
Why not? Make it nice and cold.
Eh.
The cinnamon's mostly going to be a garnish. You're also supposed to garnish with lemon wheels and orange wheels, but because we're not serving out of a punch bowl, I didn't really feel like wasting citrus on it. So let's go ahead and get this stirred up. This is incredibly exciting and invigorating to watch, I'm sure. That's probably stirred up enough. And let's go ahead and pour it out. So that looks pretty mixed. And it's going everywhere. There you are, sir. And then additionally for garnish here, you are going to want to garnish with cinnamon. So what I'm going to do here is...
Put the whole stick in.
Actually, yeah.
Oh. Called it.
Cinnamon's expensive. This was like $5 for like 5 sticks. So I'm going to break this in half.
Wow.
Cool. And then you want to grate it a little bit. That'll get even more aromatics going on. Now, what you want to use here is a microplane. This is a cheese grater. It is not working nearly as well as a microplane. Good enough. And there you have your whiskey punch, or Scotch punch. Glenlivet punch.
It just reminds me of apple cider now.
I see that. The cinnamon is very strong smelling. It looks like cider. It's not going to taste like cider, so I need to get that thought out of my head before I drink and
Yes.
repulsed.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
I hope it's going to be pretty good. Let's find out. Cheers.
Woo! Cheers.
So it's actually really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
You can still taste the whiskey. The Scotch is still a pretty prevalent flavor.
But it's a pleasing flavor. It's not as harsh or, I don't know, bitter, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sweeter whiskey, but
it's not as
Yeah.
overpowering.
yeah.
All of the citrus juice really helps just elevate it to a new airy level, I would say. It's still not like super light. Like this isn't one of those punches where you drink it and you're just like, there's alcohol in here? No, there's alcohol in here.
Yep.
But it's still pretty good. This is I would say this would be good for like a classy party. Something, not like a traditional New Year's party where everyone's blacking out.
Yeah.
More so, you've got fancy hors d'oeuvres. You're actually calling them hors d'oeuvres and not just there's the chips.
There's the hors d'oeuvres. It's Tostitos and queso.
Yeah. But no, this would go really good for just, let's say, family parties, fancy parties, things like that. Because you're not going to be drinking this like rapidly. You're just going to sip on it and enjoy it. Should probably give you some actual descriptive words for the flavors here.
Orange juice.
Yeah. It's very citrusy. It doesn't just taste like orange juice.
Orange juice is like the second flavor I get besides the Scotch.
Okay.
So I get like Scotch and orange juice.
I can see that. It's not just 100% orange juice because that lemon juice is changing things around as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't really notice the maple syrup.
I don't either.
It's probably bringing some sweetness to it.
Yeah.
But I don't taste like I'm drinking waffles or French toast. I don't know what else has maple syrup in it.
Bacon.
Yeah,
Doesn't taste like bacon.
No. Bacon would be a great garnish for this, though. Add some salt to it.
Maybe. Hey, you never know. Just
Yeah.
throw some bacon grease in there.
Maybe not that. I was thinking like, put a stick of candied bacon in there. There you go.
Okay.
I've never made candied bacon, but
I haven't either.
it's probably good. It's bacon and sugar. How do you go wrong? Yeah, I'm trying to think of more descriptions for this. But Scotch, orange juice, and sweet.
Yep.
That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I would recommend this.
A little bit of cinnamon.
A little bit of cinnamon. The cinnamon kind of it lures you in with its cinnamony sweetness. But it's not like it lures you into a false sense of security. It just doesn't really taste like cinnamon. Although I do feel, maybe on the back end, after talking a little bit and letting the flavors and vapors just come out and mix around, there's a little bit of cinnamon just as a hint to remind you.
Yep. Instead of coming back to like slap you in the face, it comes back and just like taps you. It's like, hey.
It's just like, hey, remember me?
Hey, I'm here.
We met at the beginning.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say goodbye.
Do you remember my name?
Any final thoughts here? Because I think we're pretty good to just wrap this up pretty soon here.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's pleasing.
I'll let it sit in my mouth for a little bit there to really get to know the flavor. I do feel like if you used fresh lemon juice and not the bottled stuff,
It'd probably be better.
it would be better. It would be a little bit more citrusy and just sour in a good way. The lemon takes a back seat to everything else.
It's mainly the orange juice that's predominant out of all the citrus.
I would agree with that. The ginger ale, also not really noticeable.
Yeah, like not at all.
Like it's not even very carbonated. Maybe a little bit. There's a little bit of bubbly, but it really doesn't do that much.
I mean, if you think of it, it's like 2 ounces of that and then 2 ounces of orange juice. 3 ounces of Scotch.
Not even that. It's a 3-to-1. So 3 ounces of Scotch, 1 ounce orange juice, 1 ounce ginger.
Right.
Which I guess now that I think about it, there's a little bit of ginger in the background too. If it were ginger beer, not ginger ale, it would probably be stronger.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause ginger ale's pretty mellow.
Yep.
I do think this is a really good drink. I do think if you have Scotch that you're just like, I don't like Scotch, try this.
Yes.
It'll help you get rid of it. It's going to be good. If not, you get your money back. Not from me. You paid nothing for this. Shall we slam it? We haven't done that in a second.
We haven't done that in a while.
All right, let's slam it.
Let's slam it.
Cheers.
Woo! I got a lot more left than you.
I've been drinking a lot apparently. Any different thoughts on slamming it?
Make sure not to choke on your stick.
Yeah, don't choke on the stick. I'm not responsible for any deaths caused by cinnamon choking. honestly, slamming it wasn't even bad.
That was very, very easy.
Yeah, I remember being like, I wouldn't drink this really quick or not, or I wouldn't really drink this very quick. But it wasn't bad, actually. I thought it would kick me a little bit more. I thought the Scotch would kind of be like, hey, remember me? But no, it was really good. It was really smooth. It was not super sweet, but sweet enough.
It was a good pat on the back.
Yeah, with that was the Scotch Punch by Glenlivet. So, if you like that, be sure to check out our videos. Who knows what's going to happen next? We'll find out when you do.
We'll see what happens.
Indeed. So, again, I'm Vikstead.
And I am still Tiki.
And that was Let's Drink. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Cheers.
Aruba,
I'm dancing to nothing.
Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you. Da-dee-da, Bahama, ah, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego. Baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo?
California. So we're going to do 6 ounces of Scotch. 3 ounces. Fuck.
6 ounces of fuck. 3 ounces of fuck.
And then 2 ounces of fuck.
I like it.
Oh, God. It's fine.
It wouldn't be a video without Vikstead spelling.
Wouldn't be a video without me being a disaster of coordination.
The worst part is that this pretty much, for the most part, only happens during videos.
I disagree.
Well, I mean, it happens normally, but it happens more so during videos.
I was going to say, you don't have to deal with me on a 24-hour basis.